Adam, and a good morning.
Good morning, Taylor. Morning, Diggers.
Good morning, Adam. How do we find you on this Monday?
Oh, not too bad. Had a mate's birthday down south on Saturday night. So yeah, it's a little bit fuzzy, but KTY has probably pulled up better than me. So
let's start. Let's start with him. Great to see him go there and do what he did on the weekend, and that devastating turn of acceleration that he possesses was on full display.
Yeah, it was good. I think it takes a pretty decent animal to sort of get held up for as long as he did, and then sort of have to bust his way out, and then still balance and then let go like he did. So. Second horse is no slouch on his day. When he's on song, so he runs second to Joker's Grin last preparation and runs some really, really impressive numbers. And Joker's Grin probably looked like KTY that day going past Silver Eye. So, I mean, not saying that KTY is anywhere near that grade yet, but, it was nice to see. It was interesting to see our numbers. Good old WA Racing doesn't have the old chips in the saddle cloths like every other state in Australia, so we don't get to see our sectionals on the day, so you can sort of map around it. It'll be interesting to see what his sectionals are when they get the stopwatch out in a couple of days. Dinosaur set up still, we're looking forward to see what his numbers are, so we can sort of map out a plan going forward. What
could that plan, I know we've asked you this before, mate, but what could that plan look like with this fellow?
Look, the plan is there's a race in 2 weeks, so that's where we're going to go next. We'll throw in a couple of nominations for him, for the features. But, yeah, we're not getting too carried away, and I'm not going to start spruiking horses. You know what happens to them when you do that. Every time we say a horse is a superstar, I don't have to tell you what happens to him, so... Hopefully he can do the talking, and he's progressing nicely. So went up in weight too the other day to 56.5, and still was able to do it. So he's doing everything right, but we're taking small steps with the horse that's still maturing. He's a very young 4-year-old. He's immature, and we've got to treat him accordingly.
We spoke to you, I think, before that first up run, Adam, and you mentioned a couple of campaigns previously. He was really good first up and then had a little bit of a dip second up, and you were really cognizant of that this time in. Did you do anything different other than the 3 weeks between runs?
Yeah, well, my school teachers, not that I went to school for very long, they were always frustrated with me because I kept doing stupid things over and over, and so it's probably my parents.
Not alone.
So, I mean, yeah, well, I think it's a boy thing in general, but, I mean, I did it twice with this horse. I ran him first up, I was really clever, and we got the money, and I suppose you can let me off the first time because it's unknown territory. But I went 2 weeks, and he failed. When I say he failed, he just probably, to me, didn't sort of have the same killer blow that he did first up. So clever old Adam, he did the same thing again, the second prep, and he got the same result. And then this time we give him the 3 weeks between runs from the first up to the second run, and I think that's what really did the trick. Keep him fresh, and yeah, just had that little bit more time to get over it. And these good horses, they do put a fair bit into their efforts when they do have to make up a big amount of ground. And I guess we learnt something doing it, and it seemed to work really well.
Were you satisfied with Snitzelate's performance in the Max Simmons?
Yeah, very happy. I mean, you could probably make a strong argument she should have won. It'll be interesting to see when she gets a bit of momentum, but she never really got off the bit until really the race was over, and even getting held up, she was still really strong through the line. So she's progressing really well. She's got to probably improve her racing manners a fraction. She just got that little bit keen through the midsection. We've got to work on that going forward to a 1200, but I think a little gear change, which we do actually work her in at home, and she's very very manageable, just a crossover noseband, and I haven't replied it to her in a race. I think that'll do the trick. So, yeah, I was very satisfied. She pulled up great, which you'd expect because she didn't see a lot of daylight.
All right, so she goes to the Belgravia next time?
I think so. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't even looked at the program on the day. Even if there might be a ratings race on the same day as well, we'll try and, mix them up a bit. If I'd rather go to a ratings race and then into the fillies races and then make a plan from there over, once we've been in the 14. Leading up to it, I'm happy to go in a ratings race to progress if we need to. If we draw a better barrier, then, Belgravia with a wide gate is probably a waste of time. If you can, you're better off going a ratings race with a good barrier.
Is that the same thinking with Planet Sweet as well?
I'm not sure. I'll probably leave her until the 14, the fillies race. I'm in no hurry with her. She's one of those horses that basically trains herself. There's not a lot of her. She's not a big, robust filly. She's a very good doer and handles everything really well. But I'm not too fussed about missing a race with her. I'm happy to probably go a 1400 in sort of that 3 and a bit weeks on Melbourne Cup Day. It won't concern me where she'll be fitness wise. I just feel that going a 14, going the 1200, which I think will be right in the shortest of her range at a next start. I think she'll probably be looking for further. And then into a 14 9 days later or 10 days later, whatever, on the Monday or Tuesday, I guess it is. It's just, there's a little bit of compression there, and then you've got to go in again into the champion fillies. I think it's a lot to ask of a young horse that's probably not that robust,
It's a good story, this filly, Adam, is it not? Like, she's either side of a spell. She's gone back to back. She's won over 1,000, 12, 13, 14, good, soft, heavy. Whatever you throw at her, she cops it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And she's one of those fillies that, as I say, you'd overlook her at the sales. I can tell you, she's not anything else. She's neat and she looks $1 million, but she's not anything that that jumps out at you. So it's one of those lessons. She gives you a lesson every time you look at her, and then she races. She's just a beauty, and she's her mum was the same. There was nothing of her mum. She was a tiny little thing, and she was a great little West Speed 3-year-old. She used to sort of bash heads with Daney Tess, and they were sort of the top 3-year-olds of that time. Going through their grades, and she was a beauty, and this filly is very similar, but she's better. So hopefully she can stretch out to the mile, and we can keep her together. That's going to be the biggest thing, because she's just small little petite filly still.
Couple of bullets to fire coming up, and I'm not sure if you caught the replay yet of the Grundholm, or you were nursing a little bit of a headache as you said that party on Saturday night, but he was pretty good there at Geraldton, got the job done, and a horse that looks to have a fair share of ability.
Yeah, no, I think we were still carrying on a bit with when he was racing. That got us a bit excited, but the others we gave all our money back. So I looked good for a little bit when he won, and then I was booed out of the place. So. No, he's all right, that horse. I was a bit disappointed with his attitude first up. He wanted to squib away from another horse that was sort of drawn inside him and sort of pushed him out and just really shifted him out the way and moved him at Belmont. And I thought he was pretty pathetic, to be honest. And we plied the winkers to him, and yeah, he was a bit braver and gamer yesterday, and it was good to see. He sort of raced like a bit of a grown up. So. He's actually fast enough to win graduations, this guy, and hopefully for the crew he can do that. So good step in the right direction.
Adam, appreciate you picking up the phone this morning. We'll let you go and have a little doss down.
No, we're still going, mate. We're off to the beach.
See you, mate. Thank you.
Goodbye.